right? As much as people, because you guys know, we talk about crabs in the bucket. Crabs in the bucket's a real thing, especially in minority communities. Crabs in the bucket exist all the time, where if you are seen to be doing better than the other people who are also in the ghetto with you, then what do they try to do? They try to make you feel bad for it. They try to drag you down for it. They try to claim you're trying to act like the white man. They're trying to say, oh, why are you speaking like a white man for? Why are you dressing like a white man for? What do you think? You're too good for us now? That's the mindset of someone who's stuck in their own ways and wants to blame the white man for the reason why they're there. And again, that's not just black people, because I've seen it in the Latino community all the time. All the time. I talk about this all the time. They'll be like, oh, you changed. Exactly. Steve the Links. You changed. Oh, you changed. You're not the same as you used to be. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Go back to drinking your Hennessy and blowing your entire check on nonsense while I'm over here grinding and trying to make something of my life, even though I wasn't given everything at birth. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying in general. Anyway.
We all have tests and challenges that vary according to our capability. Some people's challenges are more difficult than others, but the reason why those people's challenges are more difficult is because those people are stronger and are capable of taking on those challenges. The larger the challenge, the more we grow once we get through those challenges. And that's what I believe in. I should not look at my...
Oh, bet it. You're 100% right, brother. It's envy. It's always envy. It's always envy. These people are envious as fuck. And that's just how it is. We see that in our industry all the time. Look at the Alyssa Racontes. Look at the David Jaffes, bro. David Jaffe, the way that he talks about other people's money and super chats and all this stuff, you would think this motherfucker's broke. Which, to be fair, maybe he is. Maybe he blew all his money. But I highly doubt that. You would think he's broke, but the guy is a millionaire. Meanwhile, he's complaining about YouTube grifters and making money on YouTube. It's like, bro, how envious are you? You're a fucking millionaire, my guy. And at the very least, you're doing okay for yourself. Just from royalties, you're doing perfectly fine. Right? So if you're sitting there complaining about YouTube grifters and people making money on YouTube through super chats and all that stuff, and you're a fucking millionaire or your net worth is in the millions, you're a fucking loser. Seriously. How are you that gay? I don't understand. Just
my coworker and say, okay, this guy's black. He must be uneducated and he grew up in the ghetto. That is literally racist for me to look down on him and think
Thank you.
Victim Olympics is not a productive conversation to have.
Thank you.
The FBI tapped my phone in the early 2000s. Patriot Act. I had it rough. Victim Olympics and trying to see who had it worse is not a productive conversation.
It's not.
Whichever end it is, whether it is to make myself feel higher and mighty than other people and look down at those who have it worse than me, that itself is racist. But then the other way around, get myself on the bottom of the totem pole, that's a victim mentality. And that's a terrible mindset to embrace. So both ends.
It's honestly, it really is true racism, where if you are a white person, and keep in mind, a lot of this comes from white liberal women. It really does. And sure, there are white liberal men, but let's be real. The white liberal men, they're just chicks with dicks, right? Because they act like women. They complain like bitches, and they drink Starbucks and whine about everybody else. At the end of the day, they act like women. They might as well just be women. They're chicks with dicks, right? So you got people who are out here with a mindset of, oh, we need to feel sorry for this person of color because they weren't born like me. I was the one that was born with inherent privilege because I'm white. You guys know in my intro, a lady literally says, I'm going to be okay because I'm a white woman, but my friends are not going to be okay. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? That is the most racist shit that I've ever heard in my life. You think you are so above everybody else that is not white, and you're trying to pass it off as you just care? What the hell is that? That is racism to the max. And this is why I inherently fight against all of this DEI nonsense, because it comes from a place of you can't do it on your own. You don't have the skills, the history, the ability, the merit to do it on your own. And thus, we have to give it to you in order for you to have the opportunity. That is inherently a super racist fucking notion, and I will never support it. And so you have all of these people out here, your Alyssa Mercantes, who try to pretend as if it's a good thing because she views herself as unoppressible because she's a white woman. But the funny thing is, Miss I Can't Be Oppressed sure likes to complain a lot and sue people for her oppression. And then on top of that, you're going to have the shills who want to join in on it because it benefits them at the minimal amount of work possible. So you're going to have some of the laziest people on the internet, or some of the laziest people in general, who are going to join in and be all for this DEI nonsense because they got the job without having to do any of the work in order to actually get it, unlike the other people who had to put in the work and the skills in order to get it. So those shills are loving this shit, like the Booty Adams, the Mighty Cucks, right? The Parises, they love this shit because they don't got to do anything. All they got to do is be black. All they got to do is be brown, right? It's no different than if a Latino did the same exact thing. All he's got to do is speak a little Spanglish, and that's it. The company's happy, and he don't got to do a fucking thing. He don't got to actually learn anything. So it's the most ridiculous racist thing. And this is why I can never stand by DEI in general, because the actual notion of it is racist. And they try to pass it off as progressivism. They try to pass it off as, oh, we're just looking out for people of color. We're trying to pass equity down to you because you were born oppressed. No, bitch. No, bitch, I wasn't. I was born fairly poor. I wouldn't say super poor, but fairly poor. But I'll sit here right now and tell you, thankfully, after many, many, many years of work, I'm doing better than most white people in the country. Thank goodness, right? But I'm doing better than most. You mean to tell me you're going to sit there and try to tell me I'm oppressed? Get the fuck out of here with that. You're oppressed. According to the statistics, you're oppressed, not me. You need to fix your own goddamn life. So again, don't try to bring that nonsense to me. Don't try to bring that, oh, you poor brownie. You poor brownie. Get the fuck out of here with that, bro. There's white people out there struggling every single day. Why does nobody talk about them? Why does nobody want to help them? You're just so focused about helping everybody else. You mean to tell me that they got generational wealth? No. They're in the trailer park with everybody else. They're struggling to make it every day with everybody else. But because they got white skin, that suddenly makes them immune to the world? That makes them immune to the issues that are happening? Come on, bro. At the end of the day, people are giving it their best. Whether they're white, black, or brown, it doesn't matter. And you need to go back to hiring based off of merit. Because when you do these hiring practices, you are telling people who aren't white that they are not good enough to get it otherwise. You are telling them that it takes a white person in order to give them an opportunity because they can't get the opportunity themselves. You are training them to have, like this guy says, a victim mindset that is going to hold them down for the rest of their life. And the older they get, the worse it's going to be. Truthfully, because you really can't get them out of that mindset the older they get. It's very difficult. Anyway, enough of that rant.
The spectrum are terrible. We all have challenges, but at the same time, we all have things that we can be grateful for. What was very bizarre about this Know Your Privilege webinar, some of the employees were so brainwashed that they wanted to sacrifice themselves in front of the altar. There was a good number of people who raised their hand on Zoom.
Yep.
Then they got the chance to speak. And then they started saying, I understand I'm privileged in this and privileged in that. And they were basically spilling their white guilt. Like I said before.
Bro, it's a new way for the KKK to get together. When you got white people saying they have, you know, they're privileged, I'm telling you right now, bro, if you have a white person in your life that says that they are privileged because they are white and you are not white, you better watch your booty hole. You better watch your booty hole because those motherfuckers are the neo KKK. You need to watch your booty hole around those people, straight up.
Before, This promotes the mentality of racism to make them think that they are better than other people. No one is born better than anybody else. Finally, I want to cover the DEIB department's initiative to gaslight us on transgenderism. Let me explain the Zwift game real quick. Zwift is an indoor cycling game. One aspect of the game is the experience points and the unlock system. You gain experience points according to the distance. You can use those experience points to unlock things from the store, such as different bikes and accessories for your character. With that said, whether you choose a male or female avatar, the amount of experience points you gain is different. The developers took an account for the fact that women ride less distance than men. This is because
don't tell me they made it easier for
women they have less power and cadence, meaning they ride slower than men. And because they ride slower within the same time frame, they don't ride as far. To make it more enticing for women, women have an experience point boost to make up for their lack of power. In addition to
what? Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh man. So if you roll a female avatar, they give you an experience boost because women can't go as far. Oh man, bro. That's like when the military lowered the entry requirements in order to allow more women to be able to complete the entry. It's the same exact, bro. That is crazy, man. That is crazy, man. I can't.
To women having an experience points boost, there are all.
Wait, what happened to women being strong and independent and not needing any man? What happened to that? What happened to that? Why are we? Wait. What? Does that not exist? Can't they do anything a man can do? So why do they need an experience boost?
Also, different online events such as races for people to join. There are also some races that are exclusive for women. So with that said, the game acknowledges there's a biological difference between men and women. That's why there are exclusive races for women, and that's why women gain experience points faster than men to make up for their lack of speed and inability.
I wonder if they allow trans riders. If this game is that woke, I wonder if they allow trans riders. Can you, oh my God, bro, can you imagine if a man becomes a woman and he gets to have the experience boost that the women get, but then he just fucking obliterates them because he's a that would be insane.
Ability to ride as far. Even though the game acknowledges these differences, therefore the company acknowledges these differences, the company also tried to gaslight us that there is no difference between a woman and a trans woman. I can't recall who this guest speaker was, but they brought in a...
that answers that question. Of course they did. Of course they gaslit everybody. It was like, oh yeah, there's no difference. Sure, there's no... Okay, there's no difference. I want you to put Brock Lesnar in a wig. Put Brock Lesnar in a wig, okay? And I want you to swing. I want you to get a fight with a 5 foot tall woman. I want to see a 5 foot tall woman go up against Brock Lesnar in a wig. And let's see who wins. Not his daughter. Not his daughter. I mean, to be fair, basically his daughter, yeah. But no, I'm serious. I want to see who wins.
Guest speaker from a third-party organization. And at the end of this webinar, she was taking... I recall one employee asking if there is any...
Man, y'all need to repent for saying his daughter, bro. Y'all are fucked up. You know I'm talking about the man, even though I know the daughter looks the same. Y'all need to repent.
Sort of
crazy,
physical advantage for a trans woman to compete in women's sports. This guest speaker, she straight up said that there's lots of misinformation being spread about the advantages of trans women competing against women. And
you see, this is the problem. I don't know. Listen, I don't know if the Goonettes are listening. All the women in the chat, Goonette, non-Goonette, whatever. I don't care. If you're listening right now, I want you to hear my words. A lot of this shit that's happening with trans women is at the fault of your own species, your own women. It is the majority women's fault that this shit is happening. And I'm not saying you, ladies. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying to go kick the ass of the women that are doing this, because it is the fault of women are advocating for their own erasure. And this is why, unfortunately, when a lot of women look to men and they say, we need help, can you help us fight against this? You got a lot of men that turn the other way, and you can't blame them. They turn the other way. They're like, why would I help you when thousands of women are advocating to erase you anyway? It is such a problem, because look at what this guy is saying. He's saying it right here. The person who's saying there's a lot of misinformation about trans women and the difference between women and trans women was another woman, was a biological woman who's saying that. She's saying there's misinformation. It's a problem, man. It is a big, big problem. And to be fair, I see a lot more women fighting against it now than I ever did a year or two ago. But we still need to ramp it up, because it's bad out there, man.
That there are no differences. This is just a flat out lie. So in 2018 in Connecticut, there was these two high school teenagers who competed in the girls' track and field. And these two transgender teenagers, Terry Miller and Andrea Yearwood.
Will the fans is trying to make me have a disclaimer saying that I don't actually mean to kick other women. I didn't say I was going to kick women. I'm just saying that, maybe they should do that in Minecraft. There you go. There's your disclaimer. There you go.
Both blew away the competition and broke all the girls' records for the 100-meter dash. This was a pretty big thing in the news at the time.
Yo, how the fuck is this a woman, bro? This is Tyrone with fucking braids. What is this, bro? This is Tyrone with braids. This is the man who tries to get hardcore in the back alley, and all of fucking Brooklyn knows of him, and all the down low guys utilize him. But now he put on a wig, and he's like, oh, it's time to get me a record. Bro, he didn't even try. The man still got a mustache. He still got a mustache, bro. He didn't even try. He didn't even look at that jaw. He's got the perfect dark jaw, man. That is, dude, bro. Bro. Oh my God, man. The fact that, and again, I want to bring the conversation back really quick. Ladies, the fact that there are women out there that will defend this man and say that he is no different than you, that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem.
I can't remember which one it was, whether it was Terry or Andrea. I think it was Andrea, but Andrea was asked.
You mean Andre? You mean Andre? This is Andre. This ain't no Andrea. This is Andre. Andre.
Be a guest speaker with our company in 2020 to talk about transgender rights in sports. I didn't attend this webinar at all, so I don't know how it went. But again, the company acknowledges that there's a biological difference between men and women, but then brings on individuals like Andrea over here to promote transgender individuals to compete against women. Imagine a world where a company hires a full-time pest control associate for their company. This person's job is to make sure that all the pests, whether bugs, rodents, whatever, all the pests have to be cleared out of the building.
Thank you,
the moments that the person no longer has
the ears on after the segment.
The company will have to let go of this position and lay off the full-time pest control associate. It's in that pest control associate's best interest to keep their job. So are they going to get rid of all the pests? No, they're going to keep some pests. In fact, they might even add more pests into the building so that they keep getting work. This is what DEI is like. DEI is a scam.
Yep.
They need hatred to exist for their job to be stable. If a company has an issue with discrimination, they would bring in an expert, like do a little bit of training, then the expert moves on and leaves. Just like pest control. Pest control comes in, does their job, goes out. But that's not how it is. DEI is a permanent position. For their position to stay relevant, they need people to be riled up and divided.
Yeah, they're like pest control, except they need to be there all the time. So what do? You got to keep finding pests. That's basically it. You got to keep finding pests. We say that all the time about the consultancy firms. We said it about Sweet Baby Inc. and all of them. How else are they going to keep their job? They got to keep the narrative going. They were relying on the mainstream journalists to keep selling the story about how there's racism in the industry, about how the industry is not diverse. We just saw an article about how the industry is 30 some odd % women and non-binary and trans and all that stuff. Clearly, it's overly diverse. It's manufactured diverse. We're not even getting into the racial demographics of everything, but it was already diverse back in the day anyway. And they try to sell you a lie and sell you a story about how it wasn't and how they're the ones that are going to fix it. All you got to do is pay them XYZ amount of money and they'll fix it for you. It's bullshit.
And that's what DEI does. It promotes prejudice. I'm
going to link the video, Will. I'm going to link the video.
Look at someone of different race and have prejudices of that person. They want sexual identity.
I wonder if the wokies on Twitter have targeted this man or not yet. I wonder if they have, because look at how fast they went after the indie developers from the Real Game Awards. So I got to imagine if they targeted this man yet after this video.
To be important so that it becomes a qualifier for hiring practices. This is a small bit of my experience with DEI. Honestly, this was a very frustrating video for me to record. It's actually very frustrating for me to recall these experiences, but I feel like it's important for me to share this experience. Most people who work in the game industry and who go through these DEI or DEIB trainings, they don't speak out about it. And I think it's important to speak out because it promotes racism. It promotes looking down upon people. It promotes victim mindset. It promotes victim Olympics. It's a scam. And I really hope that it gets... I'm
going to reach out to this guy on Twitter. See if he'll respond to me. See if he's... I doubt it because we are very aggressive on SNH, but maybe he'll reach out. Let's see.
Eradicated from the gaming industry. Anyways, if you got this far, I appreciate you, and it would help the algorithm if you give the video a thumbs up. If you didn't like anything that I said, give it a thumbs down as well. Tell me in the comments section below, do you have any experience with DEI initiatives at any company that you worked at?
You see this right here? This is what Trump's America brings. This is what Trump's America brings. You want to know why? Because the first thing he said was this. Just listen really quick.
In the United States, an executive order was made to dismantle DEI programs within federal government and encourage private sectors to end these initiatives.
Do you think he would have made this video under Biden's America? No. I don't think so. A lot more people are coming out and are speaking out because they now feel more comfortable. People are not afraid anymore to speak out. So now, because it's Trump's America and they're saying, fuck DEI, you got everybody coming out and speaking out against this little by little. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I wish he would have spoke sooner. Of course. But you know what? At least he's speaking now. And he's fucking based. He's based for the most part. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you guys the video right now. I'm going to link it in the chat. Make sure you guys give him a like. Give him a like. And if you enjoy his content, consider subscribing if you want to. The choice is yours. But leave him a comment and tell him that you saw it here on Hypnocast. Leave him a comment. Tell him where you saw it. All right, let's go over the super chats, ladies and gentlemen. Never going to do the waifu battle because we reacted for that way too long. But you know what? That's fine. That was a great fucking video. Thank you. Who recommended it on Discord? Let me see really quick. Who recommended that? Who recommended that? Oh God, do I have streamer mode on? I can't even see the name. All right, well, shout out to whoever recommended it on Discord. I appreciate it. I'm gonna start doing more video reacts on Discord. So if you're a member, make sure to leave whatever videos you think are worthy of a reaction on Hypnocast, and I will make sure to check it out.